Hello, audience. This clip you're about to see was taken from my weekly Saturday 33 Burning Questions stream. We talk recasting T'Challa, we chit chat even about Stan Lee and digitizing his likeness later on. All of these folks here can be found on YouTube. Their channels are in the description. Here's the clip. The 10th question is: will you pay for a Black Panther ticket if they do not recast? And I lean towards the answer no. If you don't recast the character, why should I fund this thing? Like I bought 3 tickets to the first movie. I'm already not buying 2, right? But like I still got to see the trailer. I still got to see the teaser, see what they do, see how they market it. If it's like for Chadwick Forever, and it's like, using a real life death to plug your movie, that would be in very poor taste, and I would be very disinterested, and I wouldn't buy a ticket to that movie for sure. And I'd probably be like, cancel, boycott, all those words that you're not supposed to use. I'm gonna totally be against this movie and be like a
Well,
YouTuber who
let
just
me add a caveat to that and say, what if some of that Chadwick, this is for Chadwick, comes off as they're trying to honor him, right? So if it's presented in a way that's trying to honor his life and legacy with the character,
but that, you know what that sounds like?
off.
It sounds like when you got these vegetables and you're trying to feed the baby. Here's the airplane.
yeah.
Like you're changing the delivery of it, but it's something I don't want.
And
Except
can they pull that off? That's the thing.
Well,
that's
that,
the
might,
thing,
that might be
you
their
want to
intention.
honor him, then continue his work, because he invested all of this into basically a character, a role. And just because he's not there to do it, you can take someone else from Hollywood, nice 39-year-old actor, put him in there,
Who
and
you
all
thinking?
of that. Dancing Idris, freaking
Dancing
Yalan Noel, I like him. Yahya Abdul Mateen from DC, because Aquaman.
Okay.
I don't really have anybody to replace him, but to answer your question, yeah, it's an MCU movie. I'll still buy a ticket regardless. I'll still be there to see it. I may not enjoy it. I'm definitely on the tip of recasting T'Challa. I'm definitely on that tip, but I'll still be there. It's MCU.
Brother Hotep, get him.
I will not pay for a film that does not want to give us T'Challa, a strong black man.
Strong.
Now I'm gonna watch it, but you already said it. I'm gonna like finesse it. So, I'm gonna take that L and not watch it the opening weekend, but I'm gonna watch it one way or another.
Okay.
The only problem with Disney movies is that like if you go to certain theaters and you got the free pass, you can't use it on Disney movies. You can't use the free pass on Disney
that
movies.
Sucks.
No recasting T'Challa, but take M back, taking what? M'Baku. Taking the mantle is surprising. Chill's gonna join the fandom menace. Yeah, right. I don't think it's that much of a menace though. To this point here, I don't feel that hashtag recast T'Challa. If you put that in, it is not the same as hashtag restore the Snyderverse, where you kind of get more bad. But I'm not on the internet every day, so maybe it is a menace. I don't think it is. People have to understand that if the character isn't dead, then just recast.
Yeah, if the character was dead, then you can't really recast. But the character's not dead, so it's just going to complicate stuff if you don't recast.
Different theaters got different policies.
I mean, it's happening with Fast and the Furious, and I never thought it would, but it is.
Can somebody show me a successful example of a recast?
Harry Potter.
It was
Dumbledore.
Rhodey. They replaced
Rhodey. Rhodey.
Yeah, there was
in this situation.
I wasn't happy about it.
Dumbledore actor, that actor played Dumbledore because he died in the process of.
The show Bewitched in the 1960s.
We were all
sleep on that.
Born then jaded.
Okay, you're right, Dumbledore. That was, and the second guy was kind of better in some regards. So,
and I didn't even notice it. There's just so much makeup.
You never really noticed that.
I didn't know he got recasted either. I found out years later that
me too.
Recasted
in a way. They recasted freaking James Bond every single time, and they just say his name is James Bond. I don't think the stories carry over the same way it would happen in this T'Challa situation, though.
No, it's a different. It's a different.
Yeah,
It just got to be the right person, I think. Y'all kind of persuaded
agree.
me over to a recast. I was anti-recast for a very long time, and a part of me still is. But y'all kind of persuaded me over.
So if they don't recast, what would you prefer they do? Give it to Sherry, give it to M'Baku? What would you
I
prefer?
say, yeah, just continue the story. But I would like for them to bring in Storm. So maybe we can
That would be
time skip,
nice.
you know, and bring in Storm. But if you bring in Storm, then you want T'Challa there. So then that kind of makes me think recast still. So, yeah.
Question number 11.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Anzo.
Yeah,
No, I was just gonna say, I personally, as long as you get the right person, I'm completely down for a recap.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta have you gotta like search for the right person. Make sure you find someone because he's always gonna be compared to T'Challa, right? So you gotta at least have someone that has the kind of a charisma like he did.
Mm-hmm.
What does BRI would mean here? Michael Gambon, the second guy.
No
That
idea.
sounds like a spell.
Oh, Dumbledore, the second Dumbledore. You mean?
Oh,
Yeah, because it's English. He knows.
Yeah, the first Dumbledore died though, right? That's why they recasted him.
Yeah, that's the closest comparison. We actually had a
Yeah.
death, and then let's continue the story. And it wasn't like a hateful thing or insensitive. It was we couldn't. We're gonna continue making these movies, and we weren't gonna do without Dumbledore, and therefore we'll continue. And I feel like that's a apples to apples scenario here with the Black Panther. They missed the perfect opportunity to recast T'Challa in Illuminati and Doctor Strange. How is that the perfect opportunity? That's 838. That's a whole nother universe. That's a okay.
Well,
Okay,
no.
no. It's a perfect opportunity to familiarize a new audience
to test it.
Yes.
So in other words, if they had another actor playing Black Panther, gauge the audience's reaction to it, and then they would have gone, "Oh, okay."
And then say either we'll roll with them if there was a positive reaction, or if not, say, hey, it's 838 anyway, so who cares? Like, it's not from 616. That was a great opportunity.
That makes sense.
That would have been a good test.
Yeah, we got some good comments here.
I mean, that T'Challa would have savagely died by Wanda, but it would have been a good test.
I mean, how they tested the actor for Mr. Fantastic, so that was a good gauge as well. So
did y'all? Oh, never mind.
Too sweet. Yeah, he passed. Aunt Viv, she was recasted.
Aunt Viv was recasted.
Yeah, but it was successful. It was a behind the stages beef that was happening between the show and the actress.
Actually, it was more Will Smith and the actress.
Yeah, they talked about that in the HBO.
The reunion.
Chadwick did the role so well. Be hard. Nah, fuck that. Anyone can do it, bro. Let's not like Joaquin Phoenix did a great job as Joker.
Anybody.
Not anybody.
Heath Ledger.
No.
But okay, there is an actor in his 40s or late 30s who exists right now, who is alive today, who can perform that role. Let's not act like it's
someone
so...
there. Absolutely, 100%.
I think anybody could.
Somebody will take on Iron Man.
I think anybody could do it. Not say they may be as good as Chadwick, but I think anybody could do it. But not allowing somebody to get a chance to do it is like it's that's the problem too. Like keeping any black man from getting the opportunity to do this role is kind of messed up. Like
it's just like Robert Downey Jr. A lot of people think, oh, you can't recast him because he was so good, but there's someone out there that can play Iron Man good as well. Maybe not as good, but good enough to say, okay, he could work, So
I'd rather have a 9 out of 10 T'Challa than no T'Challa at all. I'd rather have a 7 out of 10 T'Challa than no T'Challa at all.
Well, I was gonna go.
I was gonna be an amazing Iron Man, y'all.
I was gonna use like the James Bond thing. It's like each James Bond is different, but each actor brings their own style to the character. So even if they recast, yes, it's not going to be the same as Chadwick Boseman, but that actor will bring his own style to it. Now, again, people might not like it, people might like it, but again, he could bring his own style as opposed to being a carbon copy of,
Agreed.
I like this one.
Let's see here. There's plenty of capable black actors pulling a no one else can play this role is disingenuous. Kevin Hart for Black Panther.
That's talking about anybody complaining.
Okay, hold on. Tom Cruise.
Theo, I'll be silent.
Tom Cruise for Black Panther. So how's that?
I got biased, admit it. I actually like going with M'Baku, open to his take on the role new Black Panther.
They'd have to
Why?
redesign. They'd have to redesign the suit to fit
They'd
him.
also have to redesign his religion because he doesn't worship Bast. He has the Hanuman. What was it?
Oh, I
Yeah.
forget. Yeah.
He was the Black Panther in the comic, so if they go that route, they're still kind of being true to the comic. So
How long was M'Baku the Black Panther and in which comic was this?
Leslie
I'm
Jones.
not sure which
Leslie
comic it was,
Jones.
but if you Google it, you can find it. And I'm not sure
I'll
how
say
long
this.
it was.
Leslie Jones.
It's so
for the Black
irrelevant.
Panther.
It's not
Leslie
something that
Jones.
lasts.
I
Just
approve. I like that one.
Just like the
Leslie
Shuri.
Jones.
Yeah, guys, we cannot be serious right now. Let's just skip to the next question, which is, will you speak out against Black Panther 2 if the marketing capitalizes on the death of Chadwick Boseman? I will.
Yeah,
fanboy?
we know you will.
I would have to say it depends on how they do it.
That's
I
enough
mean,
from you, Onzo.
Yeah, I agree with Jade. It depends on how they do
That's
it.
enough from you also. Black Guru, will you speak out against Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever if the marketing capitalizes on the death of Chadwick Boseman?
No, I won't speak out.
Oh, okay, hold on, Chillmonger. Define capitalize. Like they could say anything, and you could go, "Oh, they're capitalizing on the death." So
Okay.
you could be very biased as well, right?
If his name is on a trailer, if his
Okay.
face is on in the trailer, if okay, I'll leave it there. Name and face in the trailer or in a poster.
Can I ask you this question?
Mhm.
How should they handle Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther?
I say
How should the
recast
MCU?
T'Challa. I say to recast. But if they're not going to do it, completely don't kill the character. I actually don't know the answer to that question, Black Guru, because it's such a stupid way, the direction that they're going. I can't give advice for this stupid decision. I'm just saying, listen, just don't ruin it. Like you can make this whole movie happen within that blip 5-year period, and if that happens all within there, that T'Challa's not there because he's blipped, and then he'll return next. Like do it that way, and I will
That's
swallow
a good way
that
to
one.
handle it. That is actually a great way to handle it.
Or
Again,
don't do a Black Panther movie without Black Panther.
or
another one.
Or has this as an option. Do it where it's an early story of Black Panther, like they did with Black Widow.
Yeah, but then the whole cast wouldn't be there anymore.
Pardon?
The whole cast wouldn't be there anymore. They'd have to get a brand new cast if it's an earlier story.
Right.
So here's the thing. They're going to have to explain what happened to him in this movie, right? So we're going to get some sort of Black Panther in it. Maybe him in just the suit. So if they put that in the trailer, you'll have an issue with that?
Yeah. If T'Challa, where is he? Look at it's the guy in a suit, and it's the Black Panther suit, and it's probably his stunt double acting. But you see the T'Challa guy, and you see T'Challa walking away, and he says goodbye, and you put that in a trailer, then it's like, bro, what are you trying to say? You're trying to say Chadwick Boseman died, and here he is saying goodbye. You're trying to sell movie tickets that way. You're trying to make me feel like if I love Chadwick, I should go see this to support it, to say goodbye to him. I don't like that. Even the name of the movie, Wakanda Forever, because death is the final thing, but you're calling the movie Forever. That doesn't sit well with me.
So, you wouldn't take that as them honoring him, other than capitalizing off him?
I would consider it capitalizing in that situation. And there's a lot, and we can answer this question when the trailer comes out. I think the rumor is on Game 6 of the NBA Finals. So this week.
Oh, really?
I didn't know it was so close around the corner. It's going to be a very interesting topic around this trailer.
What if they handle it the same way they handled recasting Rhodey, where Don Cheadle goes, "Yes, it's me. I'm here. Deal with it."
Hey, buddy. Didn't expect to see you here.
Look, it's me. I'm here. Deal with it. Let's move on.
I drop it.
All right.
I'll drop it.
What if they do that with the new T'Challa?
Well, that's not happening because they never casted. But yes, I would like for that to happen. Listen,
so that would be okay with you then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Right.
If
Well,
all
I
the
think
actors
we're all
on
in
screen
agreement
pretend.
that, well, at least me and Chill are in agreement that we want to see the character T'Challa move on. And I think it does a disservice by not letting that character move on, by not recasting him.
Okay.
Theo says that M'Baku has never been a Black Panther. I don't remember it either, but I never read things back.
I heard he was, but
Theo's
I'll
old
check it.
and Theo reads, so Theo knows.
So Theo reads, so Theo knows. That sounds like a commercial.
Ooh, got
Trinity's-
a spicy stream coming later.
She does crack me up, and it would be money. No, trying to see a Black Panda, a Black Panda.
Black Panther. Leslie Jones.
More. I'd love to see that More movie.
The
Just
actor-
age up T'Challa and recast as Jimon Hansu.
actor
He
that
was
plays
Black
Hideo.
Panther in the BET, that animated show that looked like a comic. Jimon Hansu voiced Black Panther. Just follow the comics. It's not
if Wesley Snipes wasn't old and like he could play T'Challa if he wasn't old and shit.
Nah, he would have been a better Killmonger.
Black
He'll be a
Panther
better
movie.
fucking Blade.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
Wesley Snipes actually did want to do a Black Panther movie, but it never got a green lit.
Yeah.
Well, it never got off the ground.
This Stan Lee thing that they're doing, where they're taking his face and using it for new cameos, I'm okay with, because all I think about is the actor.
Wait,
Stan.
who
Yeah,
you
they're going
talking
to use Stan Lee. They're going to digitally recreate Stan Lee. They have the rights. They signed it off with the estate of Stan Lee, and Marvel Studios has permission to do this. And
But
I'm
that's
very,
capitalizing off death.
I'm
It's the same
interested.
thing.
You're right. It's capitalizing off the death. However, doesn't Stan Lee want and enjoy being in these movies? Wouldn't he think it's really cool? Everything I know
okay,
of the
then that's
man.
Chadwick. Okay, then so that's Chadwick. That's why they did it, because Chadwick Boseman feels that he would want it. Use that same justification
Yes.
for allowing Stan Lee. Use that same justification for Chadwick Boseman still being Black Panther.
I can and I will.
Okay.
Chadwick Boseman, everything he said in his interviews was he wants you to see the role. It's important, and he puts effort and he put time and dedication to the accent and to everything for this role. If we want to honor him, the thing that we do is that we continue and further on this role. Did you guys see what Matthew McConaughey said in Washington? Remember that? How every single parent was saying, we want our kids to somehow live on and move on and continue, and to make their lives like something that they did progress and continue. And that's something that every single family he visited from the crisis, the shooting in Texas, in Uvalde, everyone wanted the work that they did and the time that they were here on this planet to further and to continue. And they did that. When Stan Lee did die, they didn't say, well, Stan Lee invented the Fantastic Four, we can't have them anymore. Stan Lee invented Hulk, Stan Lee invented X-Men. They didn't do that. They continued in honor of what Stan Lee had created. And while Chadwick did not create the Black Panther character, he's definitely created this iteration of the character. He was a part in it. And I would love for it to continue in honor of Chadwick Boseman. See, did I not just use it, the same way?
Yes, it's just that I think it's monetized. I just think it's a cheap. They by doing what they're doing with Stan Lee, they've reverted it to a cheap gimmick, and to me, that's offensive. You don't take the guy who reinvented comics and go, yeah, we're going to use you as a little gimmick for every MCU movie. It's like, oh,
I mean, it's not a little gimmick. Well, maybe it is a little gimmick. He
it
likes
is
the
a
little
gimmick.
Stan Lee loves the gimmick. Stan Lee, if you could tell him this, yo, we have the technology to use you in every movie to go, he would love it, because I know I would love it. If I was the guy who created these comic characters, you can put me in every movie from now until forever. Just where can I sign?
That is kind of nice though, like to be in the movies. Like yo shit you made, you in the movie forever, even after you die.
Yeah,
I think
as long as the estate gets paid for it. But I mean, if they're not, if nobody's, if they're doing it and nobody's getting the royalties for his appearance, then I'm sorry. That's
They got to get the money right on that.
Right.
They got to be right.
They're gonna get money. They can't do that without
as
money.
long as they're getting money for it. Then
Yeah,
fine.
they're gonna get money.
I agree.
But I think he's the perfect person to do that with. You know what I mean? He's the creator and all of that and everything. So if it's and it's like what 2-minute cameo in each movie, he's the
Less than
perfect
that.
person for
It's
that.
only one line. It's all
I think
funny too.
honestly, I think Stanley would have probably been okay with something like this. But the thing is, this is the thing. We'll never know if he was or not. I believe he probably would have been down with this, with his passion and love for Marvel and how has been interacting with the MCU. But we don't know if he would say yes or no to this. That's the only thing.
You
He
right,
wouldn't
but
be fine.
be
No,
down
no.
with that. I
Stanley
can't
Stanley
get
wouldn't be fine. He would be.
Yeah, crazy, stupid fine.
I agree. I agree. He would love it.
Yeah, I'm saying I think
think
he would have loved it
They
too.
need to look that good too. And let's
Mhm.
say that when they do them, it needs to look just about like that one looked. They don't need to be all fuzzy faced and droopy eyed.
Or
I
maybe,
agree.
or maybe, and this is the thing too, because it did happen recently. Not to say super recent, but most actors now they kind of sign away their face and their likeness in these movies.
Yeah.
They do the photography of you to capture your look. They do CG work, all that. They got your look. So maybe Stanley did sign off on this stuff prior, or his estate, whoever was watching out for him. Well, his who was it? It was his daughter that was doing that grimy stuff for him.
I heard
She probably
they like
signed off
want to
on it.
do like a whole James Dean thing, put him in a movie and stuff like that. So they're trying to perfect this so that they can actually bring back these old actors and actually put them in new movies. Guaranteed.
I think the difference between Christopher Reeves and Brandon Routh is did they say it was the same character? Maybe I'm wrong. Did they say this is exactly the same Superman you saw in
It
Superman
is.
1 and 2? They did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It
apples.
is.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's
Same
Yeah,
supposed
thing.
to
Superman
be.
Returns to Man was Christopher Reeves.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to have been a reimagined Superman 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's just like that. If the family
Well,
okay, then
the original guy, considering Christopher Reeve is, no.
let
What?
me read a couple more and then we'll go to the next question. I like this was spicy. I always have let's talk recast T'Challa in me, but man, it just takes over these live streams. If Chadwick specifically created Black Panther for a CACW, then yes, it would make sense to remove that character from the MCU. Too many fans act like he did though. Yeah, he didn't. Let's see here. As long as he's promoting Marvel and the characters, I'm sure Stan wouldn't mind. Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't mind at all.
Okay, I don't think you need to promote Marvel anymore. I think people know the MCU. It's not Phase 1 anymore. We all
It's
know
the future
who
of
he is.
film being able to take somebody that was dead X amount of years and still be able to put them in the movies. Yeah, for a short little clip. It happened with
they've done
Fast
that
and
with-
Furious 7. That was the big, most notable one where you kind of see Brian smile off to the camera
Right.
and drive off.
Well, they've
Somebody
done that
gonna
with
do it for a whole
commercials.
movie. Somebody gonna
Actually,
make that big leap in technology and do it for a
if
whole
I'm not
movie.
if I'm not mistaken, Brian is supposed to be in the last one.
Yeah, he drove in at the last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
they're
was-
supposed
he
to.
was-
Yeah,
he was
they're supposed to use his brother's digitize his face,
Yeah,
so that he can actually be in the last movie.
I'd be okay with that because it's continuing something. They have the
I'm okay
technology
with
to
it.
do
You
it.
know what
I'm
that'd
okay
be
with it.
good for too? A Friday the 13th movie. So that way
No.
Robert
They have
Pattinson
DC Young Fly and O'Shea Jackson.
doing what?
Chris Tucker look-alike and Ice Cube
true.
look-alike.
Mhm.
CACW stands for Captain America Civil War.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Omi-Wan says you just wanted to say but like Kenobi. Trinity. What happened Deadpool cameos instead of Stanley?
That would have been good. See, that
I would
that
love
would have
that.
been better.
And it would need to
Deadpool
make sense
cameos.
because it's Deadpool. Who cares? The 12th question over here is: can you think of one time Thor spoke to Black Widow? Because I can't.
Chillmonger, he be from the north. 33 questions, you got no other choice but to check him out and feel his vibe. He got one of the hottest shows alive. So have a seat and tune in. Chill is ready, so let's begin.